Rent is high. It's hard to buy a house. A lot of people have resorted to living in their cars or living in hotels. Watch this.
So most of you don't know, but I live in a hotel. I mean, their kids are getting picked up with school buses from there. They're getting mail there. It's their home.
I ain't gonna lie, this right here is crazy. But it do be like that sometimes. Looking at today's economy, I believe it. Share and save this video, especially if you're struggling to find a place to live, because the housing market is straight disrespectful. Y'all, the housing market is wild right now. Buying a home, out of reach for most. Renting, just as bad. People are leaving overpriced apartments behind and moving into extended stay hotels. Now, why is that? Average rent for a 2-bedroom apartment in Atlanta is about $2,400. But extended stay is around $1,200. That math is math. But the situation is wild. Some folks are even out here raising whole families in these hotel rooms. School buses picking kids up, mail getting delivered. It's not just a vacation spot, it's home now. And before I even try to make this political, this actually has nothing to even do with immigrants either. These are naturalized citizens in these hotels trying to hack their living arrangement. And peep this. Georgia courts even ruled that these residents can't even just get kicked out anymore. In fact, they need to go through the full eviction process just like renters. And don't get it twisted though. Setups are ranging from decent to please get me out of here. Some reports show rooms with full fridges and stovetops, but also one smelling like straight up sewage. And hotels are even starting to combat them now with random price hikes. Some are even paying up to $2,800 a month for these rooms, making the original $2,400 apartment look like a steal if you ask me. It's a really sad reality when folks are stuck between overpriced apartments, $700 a week stays in hotels, or literally sleeping in their car.
Living in cars, living in hotels. This world that we are currently living in economically is crazy. It's crazy. And I can understand getting to the point where you need to live in your car, getting to the point where you need to live in a hotel, because the cost of living, as I always say, the cost of living is so high, but the salaries are not increasing. The hourly wages are not increasing. The minimum wage barely covers what people need to survive. And this is sad. This is sad. The stock market is, I just can't.
So let me get this straight. We can't afford rent because rent prices are increasing so much to push us out to buy homes. But the interest rate is so high, you can't buy a home. And also you're not going to get funded for a home because of your debt to income ratio. So then what? And then homelessness or houselessness is becoming criminalized. So then what? I don't understand. To be honest, I really like the idea of building a commune, aside from like the culty aspect of it, but essentially buying land, driving vans, building a tiny houses on it, and everyone shares.
I'm telling you, stuff is so overpriced. It's crazy. I was looking for something. My friend was looking for a place to stay, and she asked if I could help her look, in the area. Let me tell you, when I went online, I'm looking, townhome for rent, $3,200. What does this come with? $3,200 for a 3-bedroom townhouse. Excuse me? So then I looked. I said, okay, well, let's go to an apartment complex. $2,400 for a 2-bedroom apartment. These prices are more than a mortgage for like a nice size home. What is going on? Is the housing market going to crash? It's like, what is happening? What are people not seeing? I understand the price of things are going up, but people still need to live. There are families, individuals who cannot afford this. Again, it's sad to me. I just don't understand the thought process of it all. I understand that there's greed. I understand corporations are, just, oh, child, I don't know. But it just leaves a sour taste in your mouth when you think about landlords putting prices so high for people who cannot even afford it. These people can't afford it. So you would rather the home be vacant and you having to pay the mortgage or whatever it is. Oh, boy. I don't know, but these videos, check them out.
Now, what I'm about to say may piss a lot of landlords off, but I don't really care at all. But I'm gonna read to y'all the qualifications that this person wants for this house. And it ain't an amazing ass house. We're not talking about anything super expensive. The rent, like I said, is $16.95, $40 application fee per adult. They want you to make 3.5 times the rent. Standard, for whatever reason, is 3 times the rent. When majority of Americans don't even make 3 times a $1,600 a month rent. I don't know where people just get up and be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna make this a national standard that people have to make 3 times the rent amount. Majority of people can afford 2 times the rent on a specific basic home like this. But this person is going even further. They don't want you to have 3 times the rent. They want you to have 3.5 times the rent. They want the last 2 years of your W-2s, the last 3 months of your check stub, driver's license or ID, social security card. They want you to make 2 months worth of rent as your security deposit before you even move in, and you have to have a credit score of at least a 670. I'm trying to tell you off the bat, that disqualifies so many people from being able to be in a home that is decent. Let's add that up, why don't we? Off the rip, you have to pay first month's rent, $16.95. You have to pay $40 application fee per adult, and let's just say the standard adult is 2 adults, right? You have to pay, if you have a pet, which majority of people in Houston do have pets, dogs, it's a $250 non-refundable fee per pet. So let's just say you have a pet. We're going to add that up. And then you have to make 2 months of the rent to equal the amount of the security deposit. So that's $16.95 times 2. All right. And on top of that, we're not even talking about your utilities and all the things that you have set up. They want you to have rental insurance before you move in. Standard rental insurance is probably about $25 a month. Let's just say that. Before you can even move into this house, sitting in a savings account somewhere or just idle money, you already got to come off of this amount of money. I don't know at what point we stop being human, though. Even as an investor and a landlord, at what point did we stop being human and we say money trumps everything, including people? I don't get it.
Hey everybody, my name is Tyler, and because of the out of control inflation that we're having in our country right now and rent prices being over $1,500 a month, I have been outpriced at the rental market, and I live here in my car full time, and I wanted to give you a brief tour. So starting with the bed here, it is a 3-inch memory foam mattress topper, super comfortable. I have about 4 layers of blankets, which keeps me warm, especially right now. We've got 20-degree weather at night, so it's pretty cold. Moving over here, I have my cooler. I've had a few people tell me I'm not supposed to have this cooler because I live in my car, but it actually was a birthday gift last year for my 30th birthday, and I just can't part with it. I absolutely love it. Keeps all my food cold and fresh for days. I absolutely just adore this cooler, so I'm not going to get rid of it. And in the back there, you can see I have 2 really comfortable pillows.
So we're at Walmart right now. We were at a hotel for a couple days. We have both collectively decided to get a tent and just find somewhere to put it because, we're both working and it would just save us a lot of money weekly. And, if we're not spending money on hotels for like 3-4 weeks, we could save up like $3,000, which is like perfect. So we are looking at the tent right now, trying to see which one is going to be good for us. I was wanting one that was green or black so it could blend in with trees, like so nobody would see it. And I think $79. So these are only $1, so we're gonna get these. We found this. It's a camouflage tarp. It's only $10, and our budget for everything was $100, and the tent itself is $79, right? And then the tarp is $10, and then we got these right here, some steaks. We got 6 steaks because the tent is pretty big, so we should be right at $100. Okay, so I'm 5'3", and I can literally like just put my hand all the way up. So that's how tall it is. Like this space is really big. And we put a little air freshener. Of course, it had to be pink. But yeah, we have a lot of room. Like, we each have like our own side pretty much. And yeah, you got your little mesh right here. It's a spider. And yeah, cozy. Bye, y'all.
Hey, I'm homeless. I live in my car, and I'm going to show you how I get ready for bed when it's cold outside. I think it's supposed to dip down into like the teens tonight, like 19 degrees or something like that. So first order of business is to warm this car up before I get all snug as a bug in my bed. So right now I have the car running with the heater going, and I'll do that for about 10 to 15 minutes. And I've put my privacy curtains up on my front windows. This is what they look like. I don't know if you can see up close, but basically they have little clips that clip in here, and then I tie up here in the middle. And here's what my front windshield cover looks like. It's just one of these little doohickeys. And I always put my pillow up here in the front with me while I'm heating up my car so it gets nice and warm, because I hate sleeping on an ice cold pillow. And I put my back window covers on. I have to get out of the car and do that. They're these little, like, screen type ones. I guess they're like, I don't know, they're breathable. And they just slide over the glass. Here's a better idea of what they look like. They just slide on here. Like so, like that. So it's all warm and toasty now, so I'm gonna hop in the back. Ooh, yay! Now I lock my car so nobody can get me. And now I just wrap up in my Magellan low temp sleeping bag. Actually, I use it as a blanket and cover myself and kind of tuck it under. And even though it's going to be frigid, I'm going to be super cozy and comfortable. It's a process, but it's worth it.
So what are your thoughts on the whole cost of living, cost of hotels, cost of not even hotels, cost of apartments, cost of rental townhomes, trying to get a mortgage, the whole situation? What are your thoughts? That everything costs so much, and you know that a lot of people can't afford it. Nobody cares. That's what it boils down to for me. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. At one point in time, you couldn't afford something. At one point in time, you couldn't. And you hope that somebody would express some humanity and say, you know what, I got you. I understand. I've been there before. Some type of empathy. It's a huge population of people who can't afford this. What are they supposed to do? They work, but they're still having issues paying large amounts of rent. I don't know. I'm done. I'm done here. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Take care. Subscribe if you like, because you know I would like that. And I'll see you on the next video.